back out here at Cameron Road. We're ready to start down the trail. So hopefully all goes well. Today is going to be a little bit shorter, about 14 miles, just because of the way the campgrounds fall. And we're carrying a lot of water because our understanding is that the water is 2 miles past our campsite and we don't want to have to walk to it, so we're just carrying the water we need for today as well as for camping tonight, and then we'll water up again tomorrow. So we're carrying 2 liters extra water each. We're hiking along here next to Highway 58, so it's kind of noisy. We'll get off this soon though.
We have been climbing this morning. We got dropped off at about 7:20, 7:25. Got started at 7:30. We've been climbing and climbing with our really heavy back, so it's been a challenge. I have no back pain at all. I just have the normal aches from carrying a bag that is way too heavy. Yeah, we're each carrying started off with 4 3/4 liters of water, so that's a lot of weight, plus we have 6 days of food. So our packs are, I'm afraid they might be pushing 40 pounds, which this pack is only rated for 30, so you can't expect it to be comfortable when you get over that. But I don't have any of the back pain. I just feel like my pack's too heavy. Anyway, I hope we get up to the top of this soon and can take a break. That was quite the climb. And now we are going to take a very much deserved break. We've been hiking for a little over 2 hours, and we've got this nice Joshua tree with some shade and this view, and so we're going to take a break. In fact, this is the time we normally eat our second breakfast. We truly did have a very big first breakfast today at the hotel. We had eggs and sausage and waffles and lots of food. But I think we're going to still have a full second breakfast, are we, Brian? Because we want to get rid of the weight. I'm not really hungry, although we need to eat the calories. But I think I have extra breakfast and I don't want to carry it. So I think I'm going to have my yummy clementine orange breakfast. Going over kind of what I call a dragon's neck or a backbone, where it's narrow, it drops off on that side and drops off on that side. It's very cool because then you get to see 2 drainage systems at the same time.
We've reached our campsite for this evening. This is the trail, and our campsite is over here, right in there. Imagine, if you will, our tent put up there. Here's our tent, and our kitchen is over here. Linda's making dinner tonight. What are you making, Chef Linda? Chef Clementine?
Huh?
What is that?
Gravy and chicken and stuffing.
And stovetop stuffing? Yum, yum.
So we've tied our sacks to this tree. There isn't any real tall trees, but generally we don't worry about hanging our sacks high. We worry about tying them so they can't be taken away. But anyway, so Brian is under there untying our sacks. It was kind of hard to get them in and out. And then we had our pots and cups hanging in this tree because our sacks are so full we can't fit them in it right now. But we didn't have any disturbance. There's been bears in the area. That's why this time we're further from camp than we usually are hanging this stuff, because there have been bears sighted in the area. But there was no disturbance of this stuff that was hanging. I was more concerned about. And if a bear got it, you know, they'd have our cook stove and stuff. But nothing was disturbed. This is our morning. Isn't it beautiful? Morning of day 49. Beautiful, isn't it?
We're walking through another wind farm. Surprise, surprise around here, I guess. We just had our second breakfast stop. We stopped a little early because we're carrying extra water today. In fact, we're carrying more water today than we were yesterday, because we have to go through tonight's camping and then 6 miles tomorrow before we get to the next water, rather than just 2 miles like it was today. So just to make sure we have enough, we're actually carrying 5. Well, we started off carrying 5 3/4 liters each. So the packs feel heavy, and Linda was starting to get a little bit of that knot in her back. So we stopped for our breakfast just a little bit early. We haven't been taking much video today. It's been kind of a hard day. Linda's back is back to its old tricks, and I took her extra water. So I'm carrying about 8 pounds of extra water. And it's hot. And we're just kind of trudging through the scrub. I mean, it's pretty, but it's a lot of the same territory we've seen before, so we haven't been taking much video. But we're still on our way and hoping to arrive at the campsite that we have identified this evening. We're on day 50 and getting ready to leave. Got our tent packed up, putting the final touches on the packs. About ready to hit the trail. Once again, we're going through one of these wooded areas. Those are always nice when we've been hiking through the drier areas. This is where we camped last night, in more kind of a wooded area.
Isn't this grass pretty? And these trees? Another beautiful morning. Is this day 53?
Day's 50.
Day 50. But isn't that just beautiful? Wow, this is a mess.
Here's Linda showing us how it's done.
A mess of blowdowns we're having to go through here. This is Brian not wanting to take his pack off to get under that log. I took my pack off. He literally was on his stomach trying to get under that thing. That branch sticking out right there kept grabbing hold of the pouch part of the back of his pack, and he literally ended up on his stomach. I'm glad I took my pack off.
We're arriving at Robin Bird Spring. First spring we've seen in 20 miles or so, which is why we've had to carry so much water. So we're looking forward to it. We're taking our second breakfast down here. This rattlesnake started rattling at us. Fortunately, he's well off the trail. No risk whatsoever. We were standing here and then all of a sudden he just went off. I guess he expected us to move on by, and when we didn't, it made him nervous. This is a very nice forest we're walking through. Open. Some deadfall we have to climb over, but for the most part, the trail's in pretty good shape. We stopped to camp last night just here in the middle of the national forest. We actually met a guy who was driving his truck along this road. He was doing the same type of radio ham stuff that our son Nathan does, and he was going to take us out last night because Linda's back's just continuing to pain her. But it got a little late, and we found a name of a trail angel that we can call upon in Lake Isabella, and we didn't want to put this guy out. He was going to have to drive quite a ways out of his way to take us someplace. So we went ahead and pitched the tent and spent the night here. And so today we're getting a later start because we're not meeting that trail angel until 1:30 or 2, and it's only about 7 miles away. So got a little bit later start. We're going to meet him, spend the night at his house tonight, reserve a car, and the plan is to drive to Tehachapi, camp at a campground, a state park that we've identified down there, and see if Linda can get on the docket with the massage therapist there in town, and spend about a week, maybe, or 2 at the most, off trail while her back recovers, so we can see if we can conquer this problem. So we're ready to start off now. It is 7:33. So quickly the forest has ended, and we're into more arid, scrub-like environment. I have a feeling this is the way it's going to be for a while. We actually ran into someone who we knew early on the trail, Yvonne from Scotland. I guess her trail name is now Jameson because she lives in Ireland. And we hadn't seen her in a long time and actually wondered where she was or how she was doing, and there she came strolling down the trail. So kind of nice to see her again and get caught up. Making our way down to the Kelso Valley Road junction with the PCT. That's where our, I don't know if trail angel is the right word, but anyway, that's where our ride is going to pick us up. We're probably less than a mile from there, and he's not going to be there till 1:30, so we're going to have a couple of hours to kill, and I think it's going to be hot. So we'll put up our tent ground cloth as kind of an awning and try to sit under that and be somewhat comfortable until he shows up. looking out over the valley. Getting to Kelso Road. It's a paved road, so it's not a sandy dirt road like where we sent Dion and Tim up back on the aqueduct. We have a while to wait, so we just gotta find a place where we can hole up under some Joshua trees or something and make our breakfast and enjoy the time. We were picked up out at the trail by Trail Angel Larry, and he has brought us to his home, and this is where we'll be spending the night tonight. He has a very nice home and a lot of amenities, including a pool in the back, which we haven't used yet, and I don't know, neither Linda nor I are big for soaking in pools, so I don't know to what extent we're going to use that. I can't get this door to close, but yeah, we even have a bedroom that we're going to be spending the night in. So the plan is for us tomorrow to take the bus into Ridgecrest, and we have a car reserved for a week there, and the plan is to drive to Tehachapi and camp at a state park down there, because that's less expensive than staying in a motel for a week, and give Linda a chance to see if she can get on the docket with that massage therapist, as well as Blaze Physio, who is a former hiker and physiotherapist who goes up and down the trail in her van helping hikers with their various issues. So she's also reached out to her and is waiting for a call back for her. But so we will be off the trail for the next week or so while we hopefully resolve the issue with Linda's back. And so that's kind of where we are.